Hello from Texas. Today we're going to talk about the Excellence in Animal Science Award. My name is Kayla Casper and I'm the 4-H agent in Fayette County. Also talking about the award is Kara Matheny and Charles Seeley from Washington County.
Good afternoon, this is Kara Matheny, as Kayla mentioned. Pleasure to join you today and visit a little bit about the background of Train Like a Champion. You know, we originally started this program with the intent to target those new families that maybe need a little bit more help with our traditional 4-H livestock projects, or even to target those families that may be transitioning from a small animal project to a large animal project, or just trying a new species for the year. So we're going into our 6th year for the clinic, going into our 5th year for the show. The design in mind was educational, a laid-back kind of environment, a welcoming environment for those folks and new families to be able to ask their questions, hear from leading experts, have some hands-on educational demonstrations. And of course, one of the added bonuses that we've been able to do is coordinate quite a bit of door prizes and materials for those families to leave with that'll benefit them as they go down the path of managing their project. So as I mentioned earlier, we've got a long tenure in with the clinic. We generally host that at the beginning of the year, with the idea there being help these folks before they purchase their livestock, maybe get facilities in mind, think about selection, talk a little bit about what they can expect during the feeding program. And then as we move into later in the year, we picked up adding a show. It came the 2nd year after we got started with Train Like a Champion, where we have an opportunity for those families to bring their livestock out, still participate in an educational clinic, but actually get their livestock out of the house, into a new environment, visit with a judge, work on showmanship, talk about show day prep, some of those kind of things that may be a little more intimidating if they were to go to those weekend jackpot shows, or even if they're at their county fair. So really our idea behind the whole concept of Train Like a Champion was to create an opportunity for our 4-H families to really get to try something new, or gain some new learning experiences with a project that maybe they're not familiar with, or one that they're growing with. Again, that's kind of the forte of Extension, and our mission is to provide that educational opportunity, and I think this program really does that well.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about how the program started and how it is today. So we started as a multi-county program. We had Fayette County, Washington County, Austin County, and Colorado County. And over the years, we've actually added Burleson County, which makes it a multi-regional program. And the purpose of the program is basically for the beef show and clinic is for the beginners, kind of like Kara talked about. So we kind of gear it toward our beginner showmen to teach them just some basic information about showmanship, selection, and Charles will talk a little bit more about the program areas and the topic areas that we cover during our species clinics and show. We do get sponsorships for the program, and we charge a very minimal fee. We offer lots of prizes. We offer belt buckles. Kara had talked a little bit about some of the things that we offer, door prizes. So we really want to draw our clientele in by providing them some door prizes, providing them some other prizes. We have a show trailer that comes in, and they also provide some prizes like clippers for the event, because of course our new show members are really trying to get started, and so we want to offer them some of the more expensive items that they may or may not have, or may be thinking about purchasing. Like we said, we started 4 or 5 years ago, and when we first started the clinic, we had about 35 in attendance, and that was at our show. And then kind of fast forward to current day, we have added a sheep and goat component of our clinic, and so we not only have our beef part, our beef show and clinic, but we also have a sheep and goat show and clinic. We do offer a novice and a beginner track, and Charles will talk a little bit more about the difference between the two, because when we first started it was just for our beginner showmen, but over the years a lot of our novice showers really like to come and also participate, so we want to offer a track for them. Maybe they're going to the major shows, so offer some more information about the project area to educate themselves. And then of course we have our show, which we include both of our beginners and our novice showers, which is really a great opportunity for them to bring their cattle out. We do offer it during the summertime, and so hopefully it's a little slower time of the year for those families, and they can come out on a Saturday and get the clinic part and then also participate in a show and really get their cattle a great workout. Not only get the educational part for them, but of course then the cattle showing and the sheep and goat showing for themselves. And again, fast forward to this past summer, we had 107 beef participate, and we had over 70 sheep and goats that participate. So it really has grown over the years, and we're really excited to see where the future of this program goes. talking a little bit about the clinic that we offer in January. It is just an educational portion. It does not have any animals other than if the presenter or the livestock ambassadors bring animals there for demonstrations, like showmanship demonstrations, maybe some selection demonstrations. But again, it's just meant to be an educational program, not necessarily a hands-on program. And we offer a rabbit clinic, we have a poultry clinic, we have swine, we have sheep and goats, and we have beef cattle. And we have Texas A&M AgriLife Extension agents and specialists as our presenters. We also use livestock ambassadors, and then we use different breeders in the different species, such as hogs, rabbits, and so forth. And they come and they give a presentation for our clientele, and we're really trying to help prepare them for whether it's the major shows or whether it's their county show or wherever they're going to be showing at next, to give them some more information about the different species that they plan on showing. And we'll turn it over to Charles, and he'll talk a little bit more about the topic areas.
Good afternoon. My name is Charles Seeley. I'm the 4-H and Youth Development Agent for Washington County. As Kara and Kayla had touched upon, they touched upon the beginning stages of the Train Like a Champion Multi-Species Clinic and kind of where it originated from, as well as what it's evolved into. We're certainly awfully proud of our Train Like a Champion Clinic series, and I want to visit with you today and discuss a little bit about the topics that we cover within our two multi-species clinics. Within our January clinic, our first classroom-style clinic, we really try to bring it back to basics. We talk about the importance of goal setting, finding a mentor, establishing a good working relationship with a veterinarian, as well as topics such as selection, whether we're talking about large livestock that have yet to be purchased or whether we're talking about rabbits or poultry. We talk about how to put together a pen. We also talk about daily care, health management, as well as feeds and nutrition. We feel those are certainly important components within the livestock project that oftentimes families have a hard time asking questions about. Our main focus is to ensure that they have that they utilize best management practices within their livestock projects, and so we feel this component is extremely important. Now, as we move on and as we go ahead into our sheep and goat as well as our cattle clinic, we get a little bit more hands-on. As they touched on, they get to bring their animals out, get them out of the house, bring them to town, so to speak, and give them the opportunity to experience some of the stresses as well as acclimating those animals to being somewhere other than their house. At our clinic that incorporates the show with it, we typically hold that in the summer. We get a little bit more hands-on. In the cattle project, typically the subjects we will typically hit on are basics such as wash rack etiquette, how to build a bed, how to properly wash and blow an animal out, as well as hitting on some topics such as clipping haired livestock versus clipping slick shorn steers. Down here in Texas, we show steers that are slick shorn at a lot of our county fairs, and so for us that's a major topic that we choose to hit on. We also talk about how to get those livestock ready within the last month, the last 2 weeks, as well as you get to the show, how to get them prepped and how to get them show ready, so to speak. Now on the sheep and goat side, we touch upon many of the same concepts: halter breaking, showmanship, show day prep, as well as getting livestock ready within that last 2 months, because typically that's where that clinic falls within a lot of our county fairs. This year, with the introduction of a novice as well as an experienced track, we've been able to tailor subjects more towards the experience level of our showmen, because we've seen a number of our showmen come back to the Train Like a Champion Multi-Species Clinic year after year, and so we've been able to partner with Purina Feeds, and they've sent some fantastic ambassadors that are certainly industry experts to help touch on topics such as fitting and clipping of haired cattle for our exhibitors that are going to the major shows, or our exhibitors that show heifers, crossbred type heifers or exotic type heifers that have to clip and fit when they go into major livestock shows. And so we've been able to do some fantastic things with our Train Like a Champion program, as well as in the summer session hit on our goal setting and reinforce that, as well as making sure they have a great working relationship with the veterinarian as well as their county extension agent. So We certainly try to make our Train Like a Champion species clinics as educational and as informative as possible so that our families can go on to the county fair or major show of their choice and have a positive experience.